welcome to North 100, a Canadian Highlander podcast. My name is Serge. Joining me today, we got a Nelly.
Hey, I'm here too.
We got a Wheeler.
I love Batman.
And on tech, we got a James.
I also like Batman.
Batman.
Do you want to talk about Batman after the show?
No.
I'm reading a Batman comic right now.
Well, which one?
The Long Halloween.
Oh yeah, that's a classic.
It's really good.
It's really good.
This is DC, right? We're
Yes.
talking
Yes.
DC.
Batman is DC.
No, I meant like today. You guys are talking to DC.
Oh,
I had such a good joke ready. I was going to make a Commander Flash Hulk deck, and then somebody told me that Flash isn't in Marvel, and I got really sad. How good would that have been?
Same joke.
Yeah.
you can make it again.
Yeah.
You'll get the same response.
Hey, what commander deck are you building?
CardKingdom.com/LRR. If you have any Batman cards that you want to buy them from there and use our affiliate code. We're also sponsored by Dragon Shield. Use code LRRMTG5 for 5% at checkoff. And if you want to support us and maybe get some better joke writers, patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. You did this. Also, at the Card Kingdom, we don't know what the button is going to be for June. You're probably going to get a random one, but that's okay. Ask for a button.
I mean, we only don't know what the button is because so many people asked for buttons that we ran out of buttons.
I mean, that's kind of a cool problem to have.
Problem to have.
Yeah.
Serge, we can't have instant checkoff until the wintertime when we go to the Star Trek set. You're going to ask for 5% at checkout.
Oh wow.
He said checkoff.
I
It made
know.
me think Star Trek.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never seen a Star Trek. Anyways, hi. Welcome to our, doesn't say DC, Marvel Superhero.
I'm going to be jamming that podcast by myself.
Marvel Superhero set review. We didn't even talk about ahead of time what we're going to cover today. White, blue, black? Do we also want to do red or just end at black?
You want to end it black.
We're going to end at black today. A reminder that our set reviews are not exhaustive. We're not going to talk about every single card, but we have a good mixture of the main set as well as a bunch of the supplemental Commander product because there's a couple of neat cards we want to talk about in there.
For what it's worth, some of them are Jumpstart product. Some of them
well.
are introductory
Right, there's a
product. Some
lot
of them
of different
might be
products.
scene box product. But it's all under the MSC set code.
Sure.
Yeah.
Without further ado, let's get into it. The first card, Captain America Super Soldier. This is a 3-mana 3/2 legendary human soldier for 1 white. It has first strike. Captain America enters with a shield counter. And as long as Captain America has a shield counter, you and other heroes you control have hexproof. Start us off, Wheeler.
I don't think hero typle's going to really, pop up this time around. And for those listening at home, you can start your very own Caracas tracker where you get to track how many times we mention Caracas.
Everything is a legend, homie.
I will say the caveat for tracking Caracas is please, for the love of God, don't go into the comment section saying why Caracas should be a point. I agree with you. I just don't trust why you think it should be a point because a sets like this is not why Caracas should be a point. Taking advantage of the mana gained by using Caracas on a 3-mana card that is a land. Or sorry, using a land to deal with a 3-mana card at sorcery speed, like that they play at sorcery speed, that's why you point Caracas.
Not because Captain America
Not
got
because
bounced.
Captain America gets bounced. If Captain America isn't getting bounced, this card's kind of interesting. Shield counters are real annoying. Notable that it is just if they're dealt damage. So like throwing your extra fury damage at it can get rid of the shield counter. But still pretty annoying when it comes to, casting a lightning bolt or like even a road or go for the throat. First strike is annoying. First strike plus shield is very annoying. And then there's some cool flavor text. You having hexproof is not nothing.
Yeah.
But it's hard for me to find a spot for this. Not because it gets Caracas, not because I don't want to look at Captain America or anything, but because the white pip at 3 is tough. Like there are exceptions made when we're playing like a humans deck or like a Death and Taxes deck. for stuff like Skyclave
I was gonna say,
Apparition.
this is the only time you would play it, is in Humans or D&T, yeah.
Yeah, you have to like really commit to one of the themes. I mean, like in Soldier Typal, hey, it's a burgeoning archetype, but yeah, it's there's just so much competition, and I don't think this does enough to find a home in any of those kind of variants.
So
like the Thalia decks or whatever.
Well, I was going to say, in an old version of D&T from Theros block, there's an enchantment creature that also gave you hexproof.
Aegis of the Gods?
Aegis of the Gods, and that one's even full on it. There was like a 2-mana 2/1 with first strike, right?
There's a couple different 2-drops you can play to give yourself Shroud.
Yes, yeah. There are cards that do this kind of thing. The problem is this kind of thing doesn't actually matter a ton. Like, I don't know. Do I have to bounce this before I tendrils? Maybe. Sometimes,
Yeah.
but like that's fine.
It's not how you want to beat the Storm deck, right? You don't want to be like, haha, I'm so clever, Kaiba. I found my 2-drop that gives me
This
Shroud.
will
It's like, no, you want to kill them.
This will stop combo from killing me. Sorry, can I read Cauldron Familiar again?
Yeah. That's a tough one. I mean, maybe if Aether Vial was still in the format. I'm sorry.
No,
I keep
you're
cutting
good.
you off now.
You're good. I just want to say, if you want to play this card, like if you like Captain America, or you just think it's cool, or you just like this card, I would try to pair it with equipment. Like if you're hot for Captain America, it's
And
fine.
Canlander's a great format.
Put a bone
for-
splitter on it. I don't know.
You get like 5 or 6 cards that just don't matter that you put in your Canlander deck.
This card is serviceable for what it's worth.
You can play
Well,
it as your
yeah,
pet.
cards are just pretty good after 2023. And so just like if you draw this card and don't deal with it, it's going to be tough.
You can make this card as good as Jewel Thief in your deck.
Yeah. Well, hold on.
All right, next up we have Jennifer Walters. This is a 2-mana 2/3 legendary human advisor hero for 1 and a white. Your opponents can't cast spells on your turn, and this is a transforming modal double face card similar to Spider-Man. So not only can this card transform, but it could also be cast for its back half, which is the sensational She-Hulk. Wrong She-Hulk, James.
James, there's like 8 She-Hulks
dinger.
in this set. We need-
It's She-Hulk. Like, we remembered correctly. We identified who's She-Hulk's.
This is a
identity.
6-mana 8/8 for 2 green, red. It has reach and trample, I believe.
I mean, 2 green, white, white.
I really want to see the card.
I think crap. I was confusing that with Bruce Banner.
I think it's also a 6/6. Yeah.
No,
There we go.
I screwed it up with
Thanks, James.
I screwed it up with Bruce Banner.
Thanks,
Crap.
James.
All right.
Okay.
6-mana 6/6 for 3 green, white. Reach and trample. Your opponent can't cast spells during your turn, and whenever a creature you control is dealt damage, you may have the sensational She-Hulk deal that much damage to any target, but only once each turn. Nelly, you got 2 cards.
Right. Can I see the front half again? Is that all right? What's the ability
Oh,
besides transform?
The good half?
The 2-drop side says you can transform this, and it still has your opponent can't cast spells during your turn.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I see you, Jennifer Walters, once again, and probably we're going to be saying this a lot, but we have a human that casts for white pips, and this one's, I don't know, got 1 more point of toughness than Grandaball, sure.
So
It doesn't say abilities.
one of my favorite cards in D&T right now is actually Voice of Victory.
Yeah.
A 2-mana 1/3
That
that
card's
just
close.
says your
That card's
opponents can't
insane.
cast spells during your turn. I mean, mind you, it's also great with Skull Clamp and a bunch of stuff like that. But the ability to attack safely into open mana feels so good.
Right.
It feels so good.
Yeah, agreed.
Oh man.
Big Voice of Victory fan.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe a slightly worse Voice of Victory in your
I mean-
deck is worth playing a second copy.
I played Grand Abolsher in mono white in the past 6 months or so, just as like Voice of Victory is so messed up, and like
Maybe I want a
for
second Voice of
a
Victory.
ton of reasons, right? That make it leaps and bounds above Grand Abolsher, but also there's so many damn activated abilities running around
Yep.
that like the Abolisher, which stops those, I was like, yeah, I'll give it a shot, and it just turns out that both sides of that coin are playable. Like it's just saying no is kind of what your deck wants to do. You want to restrict their mana, you want everybody to play heads up. And so I don't hate having this. It is, I don't want to say it's the worst of the trio. It's like kind of like Voice of Victory is already through the door.
But if we said that, it would be true.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's just like the fact that it's not white is nice. The fact that it has 3 toughness is pretty cool. Obviously, getting Caracas is womp womp, but like you could also just transform this off like a Horizon Canopy or a
And it's a better
Lazatep
top
Quarry.
deck.
Yeah,
better
Oh, you're
top
thinking
deck
mono
late.
white. I've heard whispers
Uh-huh.
of green white D&T.
Yeah.
Because you get access to Gaddock Tea, you get access to whatever that stupid 2/2 that whenever the cast is spell on your turn, the elemental.
Well,
Voice of Resurgence.
The whispers from the Legacy scene in 2011.
Yeah, Voice of Resurgence. But you also get access to the green white Gear Hulk, which
yeah.
can find you the cat, right? Like
And the moms, yeah.
and the moms. I don't know why my brain. I mean, I always forget. I'm always bad at card names, but right.
Ocelot
So
Pride.
like
Yeah.
Ocelot Pride, yeah. So I don't hate Jennifer Walters and the sensational She-Hulk in that sort of a shell if you're already putting that package together. Because the other side, if you ever, you get late, will just kill people.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, 6/6 Reach Trample still have the ability, and even that triggered ability, if the 6/6 wasn't enough to win the game, maybe the triggered
White
ability.
X decks have an easier time against Caracas as
Yeah.
well. They tend to tell me a green-white point spread. What do you do after Mox? The answer is whatever,
Whatever you
because you just
want,
have
yeah.
so much. And
Sol
often,
Ring,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
triple
and
Yeah.
Strip is
Showing
real
up.
good. In
Yeah.
it. Now I did ask a question,
You
which
sure did.
you answered with
Yeah.
no, not well. We'll do that later. Don't worry.
Let me
That's
know.
very
I'll
funny.
give you a pass.
All right,
I got
one
doctor's orders to start exercising more. Yeah.
one critique against this side. It's not a human, so your Cavern of Souls is a little bit sad.
That's true.
But all right. Let's move on to the Mind Stone. 2 mana rock for 1 and a white. Legendary Infinity Stone. It's indestructible. It taps for white. It has a 6 mana ability to harness. Harnessing just lets the infinity symbol start working. And at the beginning of your end step, exile up to one other target non-land permanent you control. Return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Wheeler.
Okay, so very funny name for starters.
Yes.
Just like
Very funny.
I cast Pithing Needle. What are you naming? Mind Stone. Oh, okay. I guess I can't draw.
Can't draw a card.
Yeah. I actually like these 2 mana rocks. I mean, the where they show up is a little limited for sure. The Soul Stone had a more expensive activate ability that also kind of required you to build around like creatures in the graveyard.
Yeah, it was a bit more prohibitive harness cost.
Yeah.
For which decks it could go on.
Yeah, but the Mind Stones, like when you harness this, you can start blinking some pretty powerful ETBs. You could blink your initiative creatures, if like I'm thinking big Boros or like an Academy deck.
Which we've seen as kind of a real archetype.
Yeah,
now,
I think honestly the big
keeps showing up. Yeah.
big mana like stupid dumb decks. I don't know how else to describe them. Apologies to Angel. It's just like they go over the top. Like they can do some damage.
I mean, if you resolve a 6 mana planeswalker, you would hope
Right.
so.
But the
right?
thing is
Like-
that like now like the 5 mana planeswalkers do what the 6 mana planeswalkers do. The 6 mana planeswalkers do what the like
8 mana, yeah.
right?
yeah,
like
yeah.
we've seen this shift. So like the Mind Stone into like the Elspeth Stormslayer.
I was literally thinking
Yeah, that card's
one. Yep.
nasty. One thing that I like about this that I liked about the Soul Stone is that it's just an indestructible mana rock. I've found a lot of the time that like one of the greatest things to guarantee when you're playing a fast like artifact mana deck is just I just need to untap.
Right.
So like the bridges, I got a love for the bridges, not just Phoebe, because they say I'm not going to get wastelanded. I'm not going to get my thing blown up. I will get it March of Otherworldly Lighted, but that's a different story.
They only have one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this. It's narrow in where it's going to show up, but it's a more appealing kind of like indestructible mana rock that will unlock something that can just win the game with like, I don't know, Might Stone and Weak Stone drawing me a bunch of cards and killing their thing, or I target my initiative creature.
It seems like the template has been set now with 2 of them. It's like, these Infinity Stones are all going to be indestructible 2 mana rocks. And so, the floor can't get any lower. It's solid.
Yes,
Like the floor is decent.
Yeah,
I'm saying the floor is medium high, and
People are going to riot
count
if
on
they make the next one a 3-drop,
sure,
right?
yes, that's true.
But they got to make the blue harness ability absolute dookie.
it's gonna be 9 mana, and like
9
Yeah,
mana
yeah.
surveil 1.
yeah, exactly. Let's hope so.
All right, next up we have Matt Murdock, Justice Seeker. 2 mana, 2/2 legendary human advisor hero for 1 and a white. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may pay 1. When you do, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Each creature you control, the counter has ward 1. Nelly.
How come so many superheroes are lawyers, right? Like, what's up with that? Did Stan Lee have like a cousin or something?
We
that
really
kept wanting
we
to
don't have time.
honor?
We don't
No.
have time to get into
That's
this.
fine.
But I will tell you after.
Good. So you have to pay mana for the counters. So that's your first downside opposed from Luminarch Ascension. There's a lot of Luminarch aspirants now.
Yep.
So
there's
so
at 2 mana and 3 mana, it's kind of unreal.
this one is definitely kind of doing its best to get noticed if it's demanding mana every turn to get its counter. The word 1 for each creature you have with a counter on is obviously not nothing. That's something that, humans would enjoy. You play Athalia's Lieutenant into this, and then now all your stuff is annoying to deal with. Yeah, try it in mono white humans. Let us know.
It's better than Storybook Vendor, I think.
Okay, yeah, it's Storybook Vendor also requires mana, right?
Yeah,
and
that
then
puts a
an
roll
enchantment
token, a
instead
sorcerer
of
roll or
a
something.
counter. Right, okay.
And of course, a creature can only have the 1 roll, so it
Yeah,
doesn't grow as
but
much.
the counters itself and the ward, like
Yeah.
that's kind of
Okay.
dope.
I agree with your evaluation, though, Nelly. You're like,
Yeah.
it's narrow, but it's neat.
I just thought they probably all cut their Storybook Vendors for that other legend from the
Agent Bishop?
the TMNT set.
Yeah,
because
my-
that card's nuts.
But then these work together.
Yeah.
that's fair.
Right.
That's fair. Oh, right. 'Cause
Yeah.
Bishop's gonna put 2 counters down.
Yeah, this
They'll
isn't like
both get ward from Matt Murdock. Okay.
this
Okay.
isn't like the main growth threat. It just gives some breadth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You Matt Murdock into Agent Bishop and then give the 45-year-old across the table an aneurysm
Right.
that just longs for Otaria.
Oh, I didn't have another free counter spell. I'm just scooping this game up.
All right, next up we have Monica Rambeau. Is that
Yeah,
sure? All right, nice. 3 mana, 3/3 legendary human hero for 2 and a white with flying and prowess, but she can also transform into Photon, Living Light. This is a 5 mana 4/4 flying hexproof prowess elemental hero for 2 a red white. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on each other creature you control. Wheeler.
This is one of those cards that I look at and I'll say, it's never good enough, and then I'll lose to. Right? Like, it's just the stat line and the abilities are genuinely pushed. And it's the kind of card that you look at and you think that it's really easy to deal with. With the right card supporting it, it becomes a lot more difficult to deal with, and you just die. Both sides of the coin. Like a 3/3 flying prowess will just kill you, even if it's a 3-drop, right? The 5 cost, the hexproof one. Obviously, this is it's so rough. This hits the board, and you need a terminus.
Right.
And it's the putting a counter on each other creature kind of plays into some of the other spell slinging kind of stuff, though, like Third Path Iconoclast, Monastery Mentor, Young Pyromancer, that kind of thing. Corey Steelcutter, that sort of thing. It's justifying a slot for this. I think you have to be like, I'm not saying don't play this card flat out, but you need, I know it's my job to sell you on whether or not you should play the cards, but this is I just need a little bit more, I guess.
So I've been theory crafted with some of the YJ guys about a red-white second spells matters decks, Corey Steelcutter, but also from Strixhaven, there's that new red Emeritus with the lightning bolt stapled onto it. We've got from EOE the 3-drop that cares about the second spell, making +1/+1 counters with humans.
Yeah.
It's tough because you're like, that's a lot of 3-drops.
Yeah.
But there is, I don't think it's quite Jeskai, but it is like a pretty spell forward cantripy sort of deck.
Mm-hmm.
And all those cards I've named are humans.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is also kind of cool. So I looked at that. I'm like, I think this is the only home for a card like this. But boy, does it seem cool if it gets going, right?
Like you can make a Jeskai Steelcutter deck.
Yep.
That exists in our format. Do you want to play that in that list, though?
Sure.
That's
sure.
the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a designation that I don't know how much it means to people outside of Victoria, but this might be getting my Jason Jobin award at the set.
Oh,
Of, like-
you look at it and you're like, this card's garbage and trash, and no one will ever play it. And then you
Oh
lose
my
to it
God.
week after week
Yeah,
after week.
it's the kind of card you look at and go, well, they just kill it. Like, when is this ever doing anything? And then all of a sudden, like,
Yeah.
somebody that understands every little aspect of mid-range, or like, getting every little bit out of the, like, every little squeeze of the juice, is going to be like, oh, I know what to do.
Our 12 viewers from Victoria are laughing their ass off right now. From that.
I mean, I think people
That's
know
so
because
good.
they've seen what Jason
Oh my
brings to the
God,
year end.
yeah.
They see a guy that's in like second position in the year end. You're like, he brought that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
Incredible.
It reminds me a lot of Joshua from Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Both being
Oh,
Boros.
yeah.
A good
That card would also be in this deck.
I mean,
Right.
honestly, maybe there's a combination of these two
Yep.
ideas of like, hey, wait a minute, Boros isn't just about aggro,
Yep.
and it's also not just the color you pair with blue. like,
Right.
like maybe we just have like a Boros kind of slow and steady. Like you play a lot of card filtering, discards, and
but it's not quite big Boros.
No,
It's like, similarly to Joshua, this might be the most words you can get back from your graveyard with a 1 white mana helping hand, right?
yeah.
So
Mm.
if that's your flavor.
I like it. All right, next up, we have Night Nurse, Healer of Heroes. This is another 2-mana, 2/1 legendary human doctor hero for 1 and a white. It has flash and lifelink, and when it enters, choose target permanent card in your graveyard that was put there from anywhere this turn. Return it to your hand. Nelly.
God, this is the state of the world today. You need to have a doctor, dress up in a cape and be a vigilante just to do her job, right? This is what the American healthcare system is wrong. No, sorry, I have no idea what the backstory of this character is. I've never heard of Night Nurse, but I think it's kind of funny that it appears she just needs to fix people and can't do that by just showing up to work. Anyways, more Sams is good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep, we love Sam.
Sam with lifelink.
Sam with lifelink is
Yeah.
messed up.
So does Sam return it to your hand or to play?
It goes to your hand.
It does go to your hand as well? Okay, because I saw that as well, but I couldn't quite remember that interaction.
Yeah.
Right.
This thing is, I mean, look, we've talked about some cards that might see play. This thing is like, yeah, this will see play.
Yeah, for sure. This will
Returning and anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter
Doesn't
where
have to be a creature.
it came from.
It's just
You
a
can-
permanent.
surveil.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
just get the card
surveil.
back.
What's the full Sam? I keep wanting to say Samwise Gamgee.
Samwise
because
the
I keep dying to
Stout-Hearted.
Flash Hulk.
Yeah.
Samwise the Stout-Hearted.
Stout-Hearted.
James, can you bring that up really quick?
It has a which
It's from Lord of the Rings. It's
yes. It has like 2 mana 2/1 halfling peasant. It's a legend with flash. When it enters, you choose up to 1 target permanent card in your graveyard that was put there from the battlefield. This turn.
Yeah.
Return to your hand, then the ring tempts you. Poll 100 Canlander players. 2 of them know what the ring tempts you means because it so rarely matters.
No, same with you have Boromir and you're like, what?
Yeah.
What do you mean the ring
it
tempts
it
me?
comes
Right?
up
Yeah.
occasionally and catches people, but
It does actually matter. They just don't plan on it mattering.
you play this card to like return the thing they killed, return your strip you used, or like you evoke solitude and you get it back or whatever.
Yep.
And like it sees a pretty good amount of play.
Yeah, D&T and some flash decks.
Yeah.
Some combo applications too, but like mostly.
It's
mid-range
mostly
action. Yeah.
yes. And the Night Nurse is just no. That's the Queen.
Oh.
The spoilers, James.
James.
I haven't.
That
James
card looks fun, too.
James, spoilers.
The Night Nurse.
The Night Nurse. Yeah, the Night Nurse does what Sam does, but better, and also just has lifelink, which is going to be
Lifelink.
real annoying.
Is
There's
so
also-
much better than the ring tempts you.
There's
one
also a really funny play where they could like hand attack you and
Yeah.
you could just flash Night Nurse in and get it back.
Yep.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
it seems kind of narrow. They hand attack you, they see the card they want to hit Night Nurse and like, oh man.
But that's such a feel good. Anytime you have they hand attack you and you're just like, well, here you go. It doesn't really matter, but pick whichever one you feel
get
like.
yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's any like incidental mill other than Surveil lands, right? That kind of white or white X decks play. Like, is
Thought
there
Scour
something where
still
my
gets played.
my opponent's not thought scouring me though?
Right.
That's
Oh, I
like
see, I
that's like
see.
day one. They figured out not.
No one mills their opponent
Right.
on purpose in Canlander
I'm
anymore.
trying to think if there's some like random card. There's probably a stupid card Jason plays.
Sure.
But
Yeah, but even like if they wasteland you and you have mana up, you
Yeah.
could get the land back so you're not hosed.
No, this-
like this card's cool.
this card's legit
Yeah.
good.
That's why you already know what Sam the Stouthearted does. Yeah, this
Oh,
card.
thank
this
God
card
it's an
gives you tons
uncommon.
of play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, spoilers. Queen Mother Ramonda. This is a 5-mana 3/5 legendary human noble for 3 white. When she enters, you become the monarch, And as long as you're the monarch, creatures with power 2 or less can't attack you.
No.
Wheeler.
Okay,
That was such a great.
So the monarchy has gotten a lot worse in Canlander. I
Yep.
think that's fair to say. We still see a couple of monarchy cards running around, obviously. Palace Jailer and Fourth Aerlingus being the big ones, but Palace Jailer sees less play than it used to. And Aragorn as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the thing about Aragorn and Fourth Aerlingus is that the game is over, right?
The other effects besides the Monarch on those two are too good.
Yeah. This one is like for Karagasing a legend with the Monarch is good in terms of mana value, mana advantage. Bad in terms of I get to be the Monarch over and over again. The 5 toughness is not nothing. 3/5 survives a lot. Blocks pretty well, attacks pretty well. And then hey, you can't attack me with creatures power 2 or less. Now, out of curiosity, how big are the creatures made by Fourth Aerlingus?
Ooh, good question. They're 2/2s, actually.
Yep, can't get me until they Elspeth or a Roboroid or whatever. But like, I don't think this card is like bringing back like the Mardu Monarchy style decks. But this is another card where like if you're not prepared for it, or if you're playing like a really grindy like blue-white or white-X deck, and you're like, yeah, I played this, all your little duders can't get in, I have the Monarchy, and then I'm just going to kill your big things. That's kind of scary. That's not nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, and the final white card we want to talk about is the Spear of Bashenga. 5 mana artifact for 4 and a white. When the spear enters, if there is no monarch, you become the monarch. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has vigilance. And whenever equipped creature attacks the monarch, destroy target tapped non-land permanent they control, equipped for 2. Nelly.
Okay. Yeah, I like this one a fair bit, actually. 5 is too much, so don't play it outside of Stoneforge Mystic. That said, having to draw it occasionally when you play it in your Stoneforge Mystic deck is the price you're going to pay for this fun ability where you only equip for 2, so same as a sword, +2/+2 in vigilance. Okay, maybe probably not quite as good as protection from red or blue or whatever, but still you get your +2/+2. And then becoming the monarch, obviously the central theme here, and the ability to fight hard after you've lost the monarchy is like something that I personally enjoy and look forward to. And like Stoneforge decks in our format, they're still present, but they're kind of it's grappling for its identity right now. So I like the idea of trying to play Mardu, equipment plus monarch plus initiative, and this giving you like some good counterplay. I would try this out in a Stoneforge deck.
Yeah. All right, let's move to blue. And first off, we have Atuma, Atlantean Warlord. This is a 4 mana 3/4 legendary merfolk warrior villain for 2 blue. Other merfolk you control get +1/+1. Whenever one or more merfolk you control attack, draw. Wheeler.
Shark warning. So merfolk, there are a couple of merfolk cards in this set.
Yeah.
Merfolk was something I was really high on or hopeful for with Lorwyn Eclipsed. Unfortunately, they didn't print nearly as many Merfolk in Modern Horizons 3 as I would have liked. And so the best card in Merfolk from MH3 is Nadu.
Right.
So, Merfolk's in a bit of a tough spot, needless to say, even with the cards that are received from Lorwyn Eclipsed. Is Atuma going to push it over the edge? Probably not. But it's not the worst, top end card. Just Lord that replaces itself. Real straightforward, but it at least buffs your team and replaces itself. Maybe that's a part of Merfolk. I've been trying to crack, why is Merfolk not converting? And maybe it's because it's trying to get too fancy. Hawkball is really cool. But
sure.
Everybody explores. Because that effectively just plays the role of a lord, right?
Right.
But some of the other 4-drops that people would try to play in Merfolk don't really do what you want your 4-drop to do.
Yeah,
they're like a
very
clone,
cute.
or they're exactly, they're too cute. Don't be cute. You're merfolk. You're not better than goblins. You're just playing things to increase power and toughness.
Yeah, all you have that's different from goblins is counter magic. Right?
Yeah, exactly. You don't get Price of Progress, instead you get Force of Will.
Yeah.
And they have, in some cases that's going to be good. In some cases,
I feel like they need like 3 more Lord of Atlantises, right?
Yeah, I mean the 2 drop. We have a couple of 2s and I think a 3 in here, but if Merfolk is to succeed, I think that you need to really push for just playing pack rat magic. Like you just need everything. You need to make number bigger every turn, and this card at least lets you do that.
Okay.
Next up, we have Bruce Banner, the card I got wrong before. This is a 1-mana 1/1 for a single blue pip, legendary human scientist hero. Activated ability, XX and tap. Draw X cards, but only as a sorcery. And this is the one I got wrong. 2 red, green, transform into the Incredible Hulk. A 6-mana 8/8 with reach and trample. And the Enrage ability. Whenever the Incredible Hulk is dealt damage, put a +1/+1 counter on him. If he's attacking, untap him, and there's an additional combat phase. Angry.
It's so weird that you can Doomblade the Incredible Hulk, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a comic guy. I don't really have an attachment to this, but like, I thought his whole shtick was that like he's not really dying to anything.
Yeah, that is.
The
certainly
damage
part of
isn't
the shtick.
prevented. It doesn't grow bigger. Like,
I'm not a huge comic guy either. I did work at the comic store. You
Yeah,
did too.
yeah.
But that's not what we did at the comic book store. We ran magic tournaments and sold magic cards. But there were comics there. But I've seen some Incredible Hulk movies and cartoons a little bit. And yeah, the idea is that like you can't really squish or pierce the Incredible Hulk. So is there something of a flavor fail here without giving him any kind of, and same with She-Hulk, any kind of ward, hexproof, indestructible, any of those abilities? Yeah.
Like a shield counter, maybe?
Yeah, maybe, yeah, sure, there is. But on the other hand, they wanted to make fun cards that are playable and not too broken.
is
so
this
it's
card
hard.
fun and playable?
I don't
I mean,
know.
it's fun.
I mean, it's it's fun. Yeah, it's fun.
There is such a massive disconnect between the front face and the back face, which
Well,
I think is a flavor pass.
yeah,
yeah,
I agree.
But
yeah.
is mechanically, I have no idea where you'd
Can we
play
see
this.
Bruce Banner
Yeah.
again? Because the 1-mana 1/1 that draws cards is kind of interesting.
Yeah,
but
I
like,
actually don't hate this card in terms of like your first 2 turns of a game, deploying a 1-drop and then drawing a card. It's like that's kind of common.
it's kind of funny
It's
under
a pass, actually.
it's
like,
funny under Agatha's Soul Cauldron.
right? Yeah.
I think this one's probably a flub, right?
I think
No,
we're
I
not
agree.
very
Yeah.
likely doing it.
Yeah.
But like, if you, I don't know. I'm
Gun
trying to think
gun
of
to your head. You win an event
Well,
with this?
Here's
No,
the thing.
we don't have to defend this card. We
No.
can be like, meh.
Did we get any more cards besides Moon Mist that transform a human?
Hey,
Like,
what's the
that are
next
fun?
card?
Yeah, okay.
Hey, what's
Yeah, that's fine.
Next up, we have Daughter of the Deep. 2-mana, 2/1 Merfolk Noble for 1 and a blue. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, create a 1/1 blue Merfolk creature token. And an activated ability, blue and tap, target Merfolk can't be blocked. Wheeler.
Okay, this is a reasonable 2-drop.
Hell yeah.
Like this is the other part of the Merfolk deck is that like you technically had enough 2s and 1s to like fill out a curve, but some of those were too cute. This one is just very straightforward in what it's going to do. It hits the table. You draw a card because you had your Hakuna Matata. I forget what his name was. That Merfolk guy. So you make a
Atuna,
token.
yeah.
Atuna, yeah. Or you've just cast
Wait, its name is Atuna. Stanley's a funny guy.
So like drawing extra cards in Merfolk, a mono blue or blue green deck or Bant or whatever, not that difficult. So you will make some extra 1/1s. And then being able to push damage with target Merfolk, pretty nice. In the few spots that I've played Merfolk, there are a lot of board stalls if your opponent does not have islands.
Right.
And like
Yeah.
this is a reasonable way of
And
pushing damage.
You're only playing like 3 cards tops that give your opponent an island, right? And you might play
Sure.
them, but
You might even play 0. You might just
Sure,
try to
sure,
bank on your
sure.
opponent having them.
I think some of the best draws that Merfolk has is when you have like a Curiosity online.
right.
Mm-hmm.
And this works so well with Curiosity because not only do you let it get through to connect, but also it gets you a 1/1, so you have the blocker after it connects.
Yeah,
because that's the second card that it drops. So I think this is a great job of reinforcing sort of like the best strategy in those Merfolk decks.
Not to break Skull Clamp, but it's also pretty good with a Skull Clamp.
Crazy good with Skull Clamp. Yeah.
Right.
What-
Oh my
what a-
God!
What a
You
good idea.
finally cracked.
We did it. We
Wow,
did it.
That poor card. It's finally getting to see play.
Yeah.
I also just want to say that, like, with outside of Skull Clamp, the other cards you're playing in your deck, because it's usually mono blue or it's blue green or whatever, it's like you usually fill out with a bunch of cantrips,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and your game can be awkward when you're like draw one creature that's 2-drop and a bunch of cantrips. But this person solves that issue for you.
So I think the other problem with Merfolk right now is it doesn't know what it wants to do because it's banned now.
Right. Okay.
Like so much, right? It was mono blue for a while, and then it was blue green after Ixalan, and then the Lorwyn added white, like white lords and white good cards. So it's kind of got this weird like, which direction do you go now, anyways?
I imagine the like resting spot of Merfolk is just going to actually be blue white, and you say like, look, the green cards are cool, but once we get enough good blue Merfolk, then I just want white for some of the occasional powerful white Merfolk like the Sig and whatnot.
Yep.
And Swords to Plowshares Path to Exile
yeah,
Road,
yeah.
right? Like you need something to help
Yep.
get these problematic cards off the table.
Yeah. All right, next up, we have Fantastic Elasticity. This is a 3-mana sorcery for 2 and a blue. Choose one. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand, and it has Rebound. Are we on Wheeler or Nelly? I actually don't remember.
I think we're on.
I think it's me.
Nelly.
Yeah,
I
Nelson
think it's
can take
me.
it.
Hey, this card has Rebound. That means if you have a card on the table that says whenever you cast a spell, something good for you happens, then you get that twice for the investment of just this mana. So, yeah, basically, you can put this into your... Is it... what's Ben's favorite card name again? The
Thermo Alchemist
Thermo
Silver
Alchemist
card.
deck.
Oh.
Which is like, it's fringe, but honestly, not that bad because it shares some DNA with like, is it Tempo Control and just Red Deck Wins, which are both like pretty good decks. So, yeah, like this, I think for 3 mana sorcery, this isn't like bad card alert or whatever. Like
Sure.
this card isn't like it's not gonna make huge waves, I don't think, but this card is fun.
Is this card
You want my
cracked?
you want
have-
my
do you have
hot
it-
you want
hold
my
up.
hot take?
Wait,
Yeah,
can I throw it in first?
Yeah.
I feel like this card is very coded for the Bant Time Walk deck.
Oh, sure,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Like the Spell Seeker, Eternal Witness, Time Walk, because it like rebounces or recasts. It gets back the spells you want to get back, and it lets you recast the creatures you want to recast.
right, I guess you can just pair it with Time Walk and Regrowth as well, and then you can just win the game.
Yeah, I think we
that's
should
cool.
probably get bigger. Like I like this for like Scape Shift.
Okay.
I actually think this card might be kind of cracked.
It's a sorcery.
Yeah, but
Okay.
so stock up, dog.
okay. I'm just saying. Like,
Yeah.
if, if you're looking at it, you're like, oh, the flexibility. It's like that bounce is not like a very powerful bounce effect.
No,
Okay.
but like the delayed timing for like returning a card and choosing, right? Because like if you pick because this is a weird templating on Rebound, right?
Yes.
You get to say rebuy a card, and then it goes to your next turn. You're like, well, what do I need to do? Do I need to bounce that thing or buy another card back? Like it's the kind of card that you can have a goal, which is just like, oh, I'm just going to bounce their thing, and then if they replay it, comes back to your turn, you're like, well, now I have all my mana up. I'm going to bounce their thing, and then use that mana to counter it on the way down or develop my own board. So it's like very like it puts the ball in your court. I think a lot of the times, and then obviously, like targeting like an Ancestral Recall or a Swords to Plowshares, and then coming back around and doing it again, or returning that stuff and then bouncing their thing.
I just imagine that if you like in a long grindy game, if you get this in Eternal Witness, like they are so locked out. Because like the first time you're like, great, I get back Swords. I bounce Eternal Witness. I replay this. I get back Fantastic Elasticity. I recast at least Fantastic Elasticity. I get back Swords. I get right. You're just like,
Sure.
It's just a card that does a lot, that lets you pivot, and I think stock up. I don't want to compare it to stock up necessarily on rate, because stock up is like, demonic tutor or whatever, right? But I think this card plays similarly in that the cards that you pair with stock up are going to be cheap interactive spells or free spells, right? Like just being able to, get back your force, your pyrokinesis, ancestral swords, all the like common powerful cards, hand attack too. Kind of has a funny play pattern with hand attack. Like you return your Thoughtseize, next turn you bounce the thing and Thoughtseize it. Like, I don't know. It's just I look for cards that let me make decisions so that I can outplay my opponent.
All right.
And this card lets you do that.
All right. I've heard some great arguments. Serge is like, hey, this is actually expensive ephemerate number 2 in the Time Walk Eternal Witness deck. Wheeler is like, actually, this does so many different things that it can probably just go into Jeskai or Esper because it pairs well with returning your cheap interaction spells. That is awesome. I want to let everybody know, if you're jumping on me for saying like, watch out, this card's bad, I just always do that with any card that I think is going to be really fun. And I see a 3-mana sorcery that gives me options and has rebound, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's super Nelly coded. And most of the time, those cards are like, I play them for like 6 months, and then I notice that no one else is playing them, and these two are making fun of me.
Buddy, if in a year it's you and me at the 0-1-1 bracket playing Scape Shift in this card, fine by me.
All right. Let's do it, because I love everything that's going on here. Yeah.
All right, next up we have Ironheart Clever Champion. 5-mana, 3/4 legendary artifact creature human hero for 4 and a blue. It has Improvise, so your artifacts can make it cheaper. It has Flying, and non-creature spells you cast have Improvise. Wheeler.
We did it. We finally, every single set review, we get a new Mirror Enforcer Utral Monitor. And we say add it to the pile.
Yeah. How many 1-mana flying 3/4s do we have?
A couple isn't affinity.
Yes.
I know, but still.
So Improvise, it is important to mention, Improvise is not affinity.
Yeah.
However, how quick does Kappa Cannoneer come out?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's
not that it's bad. Yeah.
I will say Improvise, when it builds to the board, feels closer to affinity than if it were something like even
Draw 3 or whatever.
Word of Invention or Reverse Engineer.
Yeah.
All right.
Giving your non-creature spells Improvise means your non-creature artifacts have Improvise.
Yep.
So like this card can also just immediately provide mana. Like if you're like Ironheart, tap it immediately.
It's Urza. Okay.
Play
Kinda.
No.
maybe not quite, but yeah.
I am a believer in the like Academy Mox Mirror Enforcer type deck.
Yep.
I just don't think I truly, and not to belittle the builds that have popped up from players like Nelson or players like Davey B, but like I really just don't think we've cracked it yet.
No. Sure.
And I think it's probably because like part of me thinks that maybe we need to, and I hate to say it, we need to look to what the Pauper players are doing.
Okay.
Because Pauper Affinity, obviously different format, but the way that they play out, they're just like, I'm drawing 1 million cards a turn and then playing a free 4/4.
Yep.
Right? And maybe that's the avenue you need to go with this kind of deck, is you're just like, or like the legacy variant of like 8 cast, of like, maybe we just need to try to find a way to build this deck where it just constantly churns through cards and ends the turn with 8 power on the table and just does that over and over again. And having cards like this adds to that density, right? We don't have 4 Mirror Enforcers, 4 Utral Monitors, but we have the one from Aether Drift. It's like a 3/4. We have this one. We have a good amount of these cards.
So many now.
Yeah.
I want to say, too, this line of text has been on another card that sprung up a standard deck I actually built and played that was like mono blue post the Kaladesh set.
Oh,
right?
Aetherflux?
Yes. Yeah, so it was like it would end on Aetherflux Reservoir, but it's just worth noting that like you can do things with the non-creature spells you cast have improvised lines. So if you wanted to build a deck that was like halfway between, Mox Affinity and Timmy Tinker, or like it includes Tinker, but it plays like a bunch of creatures to the board, this is like a crucial piece that would like let you kind of move from one strategy to the next. And that's a bit out, but
Sure.
I mean,
it's not irrelevant.
Yeah, you can create loops with Paradox. I didn't even think about like the ways that you could set up, because like that last line of text it's because we look at Improvise and go, remember Affinity?
Yeah.
Right? Like, and we're like, why would we do this?
Look at what they have to do to get a fraction of our power.
Yes, exactly. But it turns out this line of text is relevant.
Yeah, it's relevant.
Yeah.
All right, next up we have Loki, God of Mischief. 2-mana, 2/1 legendary God Sorcerer Villain.
No cap.
For 1 and a blue. Whenever a player or permanent becomes the target of becomes the target of an ability you control, draw a card. This triggers only once. So not a spell. Whenever
Okay.
a player or a permanent becomes the target of an ability you control, draw a card.
Once per turn. Once per turn.
Yeah.
Are you all right?
Yeah, this card sucks, dog.
Yeah,
Sorry.
You also
thought it
did
said
you also
spell?
autocomplete spell or ability?
Yeah.
Like, because when I was reading it out loud, I was like, "That's not what the card says.
Yeah.
That's what I want the card
Yeah.
to say. That's not what the card says."
Oh God, this is like Nadu at home. This card's-
Nelly,
No, that's fine. I don't know. It's a 2-drop legend with 1 toughness. Like,
0 relevant creature types.
it's tough. It's a tough world for Loki to move in. It's a tough, IP, the Magic the Gathering product for Loki to move into because we already have Tybalt. And I know that sounds like when we talk about Tybalt in any like Magic situation, usually you're going to make fun of him, but like I actually liked that Valky card, like the one in a black.
Mhm.
Look at their hand. I was playing that Canadian Highlander
That card's
for a
pretty
while.
good.
Like I actually still think that card's fine.
Yeah.
Like the upside is high enough that like you can play the 7 mana Planeswalker Tybalt / creature card whenever you want. So that's another thing. That's just thematically where the work that Loki is going to have to do to kind of win our hearts here. Yeah, I don't know. 2-drop with 2 power, the recurring source of extra card every turn. Is this Dark Confidant?
Every turn?
If it was Dark Confidant, would we play that card anymore? Tears, like cries and back pain.
I saw Bob get played recently.
Did you?
Yeah, Trenton blocked with it.
Hey, you can block with this. It has 2 power. No, I don't know. Like there are certain decks that are going to have an easier time if you just throw this in, drawing an extra card every turn, and that's going to be fine. And I don't want to yuck anyone's yum.
I do.
It just doesn't seem like planning to include this card in your deck is a great idea.
I think it's 2026. It's time we start yucking some yums.
Ah, fair enough.
But like in a way where it's like realistically, like what? This has a bad Nadu impression, and like the Guinness World Record holder for like worst card into Orcish Bowmasters.
Yeah.
Next to like Surok.
Right. Next to Orcish Bowmasters, it's pretty good. You play Orcish Bowmasters and
Oh,
ping them.
against.
Yeah.
Like it's
against it's very bad.
it's just I don't. Why would we do this, man?
can move on.
I'll hold the L. I thought this triggered off.
You also heard spell or
We'll say it
ability.
out
yeah,
loud.
because it's 2026.
I just want to say it has the God type, and if you like World Tree, you're constantly trying to like go watch out every now and then because some decks have big mana. Anyways,
Namor, the Submariner, is a 3-mana X4 legendary merfolk mutant villain for 1 blue. Inexplicably, it flies. It's a flying fish.
Great.
Namor's power is equal to the number of merfolk you control. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell with 1 or more blue mana symbols in its mana cost, create that many 1/1 merfolk. Wheeler.
Well, okay. So first off, this thing will get real big and push through. Again, one of the things about Merfolk is that like you want to play Wake Thrasher, but you can't justify playing Wake Thrasher.
Right.
Wake Thrasher being a Merfolk that gets real big. Like instead of going wide, you go tall.
Yeah.
This card can go tall and has flying, so you can just crundle on in for just a ton of damage. Hopefully, the triggered ability is an interesting wording in that if I force a will your spell, even if I pitch cast it, I still get 2 Merfolk tokens.
Yeah.
Where in the past couple of years, typically when it's like, you cast a non-creature spell, well, we care about how much mana you spent to cast it.
Yeah.
Canlander players hate it.
yeah,
But,
Give me my beans value.
like just getting to make things off force will, force the negation. Obviously, just paying actual mana is also okay. Like getting this card in play and then like casting a time walk and getting an extra merfolk, great. Casting a counter spell, get 2 merfolk, great. Dazing, getting a merfolk, great.
So I got to be real with you. Is this card good enough to just be in a blue deck?
No.
Because there was mono blue with the blue plip flyer. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
The mono, the mono blue mid range deck.
Yeah.
No,
Even
those
still?
cards are so good, man.
the thing is, I don't know if you need to play it next to your Tempest Gin because you just already have Tempest.
that's what I was
Gin.
saying.
Yes, yeah.
That's what I was saying with Tempest Gin
Yeah,
specifically.
I mean, there's going to be times
Like,
when it just runs the show by
it does
itself.
an interesting impression of like Shark Typhoon.
Yeah, no,
Right?
I think
Like, if it
you
just
wanna
gets
play
out there-
Protect the Queen with this card.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, man.
can.
It flies.
So I would say though, don't put it in the mono blue cares about spells. Even though it looks like one of those cards, you want to play it in the blue white. Like I'm saving my homie and I'm countering your spell, and I just need 1 creature to beat you.
I just think you need to like playing Namor in a deck without Merfolk feels like you are intentionally playing a card like that is worse than any other option.
Interesting. You just don't like it like a three mana young peasy sort of thing?
Well,
I think like
'Cause
you
that's-
could. But
that's
it
what
doesn't
I'm
seem,
thinking,
It
right?
doesn't seem optimal to do that.
Like,
I think it would be
better
fun.
than
I would
Merfolk
rather play
Home.
Chrome Hose
Seed Shark.
Shark.
Yeah.
Chrome
Jesus.
Host Seed Shark.
Yeah, I think there are just other cards that fill this role that I would rather play,
Okay.
and then I don't even know if I'm playing that card.
Sure.
Yeah.
But like close, and like if your question was 5 years earlier, it would be
And
yes,
the Seed
yes.
Shark plays similarly in that if I force a will something, Seed Shark goes, oh, that has 5 mana,
Yep.
or costs
Yep.
5. I'm going to make a 5/5.
Yep.
Yeah.
Again, that's just why I was floating that, because I was like,
Floating.
But bump. I think he has wings on his feet, so that's probably why.
I don't know how he flies, but that's fine.
Yeah.
All right, next up we have Rescue Pepper Pots. Pepper Pots. Another 2-mana 2/1 legendary artifact creature human hero for 1 and a blue. Flash. Flying. When Rescue enters, return up to 1 other target artifact or creature you control to its owner's hand. If it was an artifact, it gets +1/+1. Nelly.
We've got a cheap artifact creature with flash and flying. I feel like I should be excited, but I'm not immediately. Do we want to pair this with either Grixis Mer Enforcers or like blue-white Stoneforge?
You return your Thought Monitor, dog.
Yeah, I guess rebuying Thought Monitor is hot.
Rebuy Cryogen Relic.
I was thinking in the
Okay.
early game too, you could do that old sequencing that like some D&T did, which is like you bounce back your mocks, replay your mocks, get to play a 1-drop afterwards. Like it does
Yeah.
give you that sort of tempo play. Like I think it's serviceable.
For sure. You could try this out.
So there's a bunch of 2-drops in a lot of these like artifact beatdown decks that are not artifacts.
Right.
And this one being an artifact is great because they sit like I wouldn't be surprised if this was a non-artifact at some point. And you'd be like, oh, it bounces an artifact or creature. If it's an artifact, it's better. This also being an artifact, I think, is what makes it great. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you see the avenue where I'm trying to wiggle?
There might be a reason that the Allurin players want it more.
Oh, other target artifact or creature? I mean, you could do some Allurin stuff with this if you want, yeah. Boys,
Yep.
Esper Pixie is right there.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Pixie
God,
has
yeah.
it's real. It's niche, but it's real, and as long as you
I've died
dodge
to it.
combo, then you're golden.
Okay.
And this is the kind of card that I'd love to play in that deck.
God, that was so miserable to play against.
Yeah.
Somewhere Cam is just crackling.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
All
Don't
right.
overthink it.
Yeah.
Just put it in Esper Pixie.
Speaking of not overthinking.
Yeah. Next up, we have Shuri, Wakandan Inventor. 2-mana, 2/1 legendary human artificer hero for 1 and a blue. Artifacts you spell are 1 less to cast. 1, tap. Target artifact you control becomes Time Vault. Sorry.
Yeah.
Target artifact you control becomes a copy of a second target artifact you control until end of turn, except it isn't legendary. Activate as a sorcery. Wheeler.
Yeah, so the Time Vault. We shouldn't ignore the cost reduction of this.
Yep.
Cost reduction, pretty good, especially in artifact decks. Can set up some loops pretty easily, can just make your life a lot easier. Shuri herself, she isn't an artifact, but I think that's fine. Like Ethereum Sculptor being an artifact and a cost reduction card is nice, but like I don't think we're really jamming Ethereum Sculptor as much. There's is it one that does the same kind of thing?
It has
Mechanaut
flying even,
or
I think,
something?
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
from
But
Kamigawa.
But I think the activated ability for this is just even better than that. Like this is 3-mana Saheeli Sublime Artificer, one of my favorite planeswalkers of all time, one of the most undervalued planeswalkers. Like the amount of games I win off just like, you didn't attack my Saheeli? Okay, well this treasure token's now a Kappa Cannoneer.
Right.
Or it's a second copy of Scrap Trawler. And then I'm gonna pop off. Or it's a Time Vault. Making something a Time Vault and looping with Time Vault is kind of exciting, right? It's so funny to do we broke Time Vault, but like if we're playing a deck with a ton of artifacts, ways to protect our cards, and we have a creature that we can just copy Time Vault with and start taking extra turns and not need the keys, that's kind of nice. That's not nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus it attacks. I don't know. They're not expecting you to be able to attack their planeswalker when jamming a Time Vault deck.
Ooh, you can put this under Soul Cauldron too.
Yep.
Yes,
Soul Cauldron's an artifact.
sure is.
Oh, yeah.
All right, next up we have Super Intelligence. This is a 1-mana aura. You like the big head?
Art's pretty great.
You like the big head? Enchant creature.
I'm pretty sure I added this mostly for the big head.
I actually like
It's
this
good,
card.
it's good. Yeah,
At the beginning of the upkeep of the enchanted creature's controller, that player draws a card. Nelly.
Wow, neat. Okay, so I hadn't looked at this one yet.
Yeah.
It does have a big head.
You don't love that big head?
Well, no, I do.
Oh.
I love a big. Yeah, I just want to caress that head, cuddle up to it. Sorry, this is an interesting card because it's sort of like Curiosity, but you don't have to attack. But it's also slower.
Literally what I was going to say.
Yeah, for
Curiosity,
sure.
but you don't have to
For
attack.
sure, that's right there. If you want to think of it as closer to being a what's the 4-mana Howling Mine we used to play all the time from Fiora?
Oh,
or whatever?
Coercive Portal?
Coercive Portal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, 1-mana Coercive Portal, but you need to protect your creature. I don't know. These kinds of cards, like, they can still matter as long as the cost to kind of power and game ratio is reasonable. And it's only 1 mana. Like, Curiosities still get played sometimes in Flying Men. And, like, there might be some decks that don't want to attack that can really enjoy this sort of cheap card advantage. It is a 1-mana enchantment for Enchantress. So, like, you already have a hexproof creature in there that's the main focus of what you're doing. So it seems like the cost of inclusion is low enough in that archetype that you might try it, I think. I don't know.
I'm not playing an Enchantress, no.
They play... You're not getting an Enchantress? You hate it? You hate it because you can only cast it?
Enchantress has Shroud.
Oh, shoot, it
Yeah.
has Shroud, not
Yeah.
hexproof.
Yeah.
I was thinking that. Okay,
I'm
thanks.
just slap this on a rattle chains.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Draw
Okay.
cards.
Yeah,
Sure.
or on your true name, right?
Sure,
That one's pretty
okay.
good,
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
It's cute.
Next up, Tony Stark is a 2-mana 1/3 legendary human artificer hero for 1 and a blue. 1 and tap. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. Reveal an artifact from amongst them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. 6 mana, 4 blue, red gets you the invincible Iron Man. It's a 5/5 flying haste artifact creature human hero. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may put an artifact card from your hand onto the battlefield. If it's an equipment, attach it to Iron Man. Wheeler.
I might play this card in Timmy Tinker.
Okay.
I think there's a version of Timmy Tinker, or like the big mana Tinker, put Darksteel Monolith, put Phyrexian Portal into play.
Right.
It's so funny to say, but like 6 mana is less than 8 mana. And it's less than 9 mana. And like by a considerable amount. It's so easy to get to 6 mana if we're using like Tolarian Academy, Ancient Tombs, Dark Rituals. Much easier to get there than 8. And just, like the fact that this also just attacks for 5 on the first turn, like that's not nothing. We are still, even the Timmy Tinker style deck, which if you're unfamiliar with it, you're casting Tinker into typically Darksteel Monolith, which lets you cast a colorless spell for free. Then you cast Neldrazi, or you cast like a Summon Bahamut, or a Blightsteel Colossus, or Portal to Phyrexia, or Planetarium of Wan Shitong, whatever. It just gives you another way to cheat out that big artifact, but also ultimately you're a deck that wins with combat damage a lot of the time, or demoralizing your opponent.
Yep.
So either we're winning with combat damage and the added 5 power haste in the air is going to be enough to push the final attack, or they're losing to Iron Man and Canadian Highlander, which is demoralizing. So it kind of wins on both sides. And for what it's worth, the Tony Stark side of this, if you already have a way to cheat something out, like it's not the worst thing to just play early
This is
on.
still
Just
good
get
later.
Just get like an impulse, right?
Yeah, it kind of has that. Like, I mean, the like tone, not the tone. The cards that people play have changed. I wasn't saying tone.
Hey, Tone.
Hey, Tone, find me a box, would you?
Get some mana rock out of your deck.
Oh, somebody found a mana vault.
Ayo.
The like, you used to get some points when you played Storm with like Goblin Electromancer and friends, because they'd be like, well, I mulligan the hand with Fatal Push, and now there's a Baral in play and I can't kill it. And you don't get those as much nowadays, but like it still pops up. People mulligan aggressively for things to deal with artifacts, and Tony Stark is not an artifact, which actually works to his benefit. that he can sit around and then just start using this ability while blocking. We're doing it at instant speed as well. And then we get to 6 mana, then you transform it. And then, yeah, exactly. Like, it's not as though it's like, oh, I played Tony Stark, now I don't get to cheat something in play.
Yeah,
right.
This is like, and again, we're a fast mana artifact deck. Like, you will get up to 6 and be able to transform it a lot easier than like Monica Rambeau.
Right.
Pulled that one out of the ass. Yeah, I like this card for basically that deck. Like, I think you need to be tinkering with this card.
I want to agree. I think you want to have strong reasons to play either half if you're going to include this card in your deck, and so Timmy Tinker does that. Also, yeah, it's like we didn't mention counter spells, but this is a great card to play in the Timmy Tinker versus Jeskai, where it's just like, okay, 2 mana, and then you're going to deal with it with one of your 1 white mana or 1 red mana kill spells, or you're going to counter it now. But at least then it's like, you know, you if it's the counter spells you're worried about, and you're able to like get it in underneath the counter spells that would hit your 6 mana enabler, you know, it gives you that play.
All right, next up we have the Wondrous Wasp. This is a 2 mana 2/1 legendary human hero for 1 and white. It has flash, it has flying, and when it enters, tap up to 1 target creature. It loses all abilities for as long as the Wondrous Wasp remains on the battlefield. Nelly.
Gosh, that's annoying.
Yeah.
This card's so
Imagine Tashana's Tidebinder.
Yeah, but for 2 mana.
And they don't even have to like have an activated ability first.
Yeah, and it taps the creature as well. Gross. I mean, yeah. Watch out, your Jeskai opponent is thinking about putting this in their deck.
Blue-black ninjas.
Blue-black ninjas, sure. Yeah, sure. You can find cuter homes for this, but I just think the ability is strong enough that like the mainstay decks are probably going to want to try it. 2 mana. Ugh. I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about all the cool creatures that I like to play and have fun with and enjoy that are currently not Death Touch and Lifelink and don't draw me any cards when I hit my opponent with them.
Nice barrel.
Yeah, finally.
Exactly.
Yeah, nice construct.
Yeah.
This card's just, it's nice to see just like a flat, this card's good.
Yep.
It's not MH3 good, but this card's
When
good.
we're talking about a card that's going to be playable for a while, I think this is one of them.
Yeah, it's a human, which might matter, probably not. It's legendary, so, you know, at least there's some counterplay for the opponent with their Caracas. Unfortunately, it's only 2 mana and has flash, so Caracas targeting things that are 2 mana and have flash typically is like seen as an upside, so your opponent's not going to be that mad about constantly retapping your stuff. In fact, yeah, as I've said all that aloud, I realized that Caracasing this thing is just a liability, as now you have to live in fear of the Wondrous Wasp you know is in their hand instead of on the battlefield. Yeah, it stinks. I don't like it.
Great.
Cool.
Yeah.
Great. All right, the final blue card, Vision, Spectral Synthezoid.
That's right.
Sure.
8 mana, 2/5. Legendary artifact creature robot hero for 6 blue with flying. Once during each of your turns, you may cast a non-robot or robot spell from your hand without paying its mana cost.
No. You, Serge.
You got to read this ability.
Gotta read
Once
this one.
during each of your turns,
Yes.
you may cast a non-creature
There we go.
or robot spell
Yes.
from your hand without paying its mana cost. That's significantly better than what I read the first
While Omniscience is technically a non-robot spell.
You could cast a robot non-creature spell.
time. Non-creature or robot spell.
Yeah, so everything I said about like Tony Stark and
Yep.
the Timmy Tinker, yeah, you tinker into this and then get to cheat out something from your hand that is big. It is kind of funny that it will occasionally let you sneak out the thing that you want to use to sneak out things.
Yep.
Right.
But there will be a lot of turns where it plays very similarly to Darksteel Monolith or to Omniscience or to Planetarium Wanshitong kind of card. Like, and honestly, this card might be good enough to consider playing in like an Omnitel deck that isn't using Darksteel Monolith. Because like if I cheat this into play with Tinker and then I cast Enter the Infinite or Peer Through the Abyss and somebody kills in a response, dog, that's okay. Lotus Petal costs 0.
Right.
Like Dark Ritual adds mana. So like you can get this into play and then before your opponent gets a chance to kill it, you just cast your big card, draw your deck, and then combo off.
Yeah, because you have priority on.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
This is so funny. This is, again, a demoralizing card.
This card is really cool.
Yeah,
So because of all the different versions of Marvel superheroes that exist, I actually didn't see this card prior to now, which is also apologies about the
You don't know
misread.
Vision Spectral Synthezoid?
I mean, I didn't even know what this set symbol was, homie.
I don't know what Vision is.
Oh.
Tell me in the
mean,
comment section below.
So Vision.
It's one of the Avengers.
I said in the comment
All right,
section.
all right. So you don't.
below.
All right. Sorry, I actually know who Vision is, but that's fair. That's
Okay.
fair. That's fair. All right, ready to move on the black?
Yeah, man,
Let's
this
do
card's
it.
great.
Yeah, that card looks strong.
All right, we got a Nelly one coming up for you, buddy. I'm excited. Black Widow, Super Spy, is a 2-mana, 2/1 legendary creature human spy hero for 1 and a black, has menace. Whenever Black Widow deals combat damage to a player, that player exiles cards from the top of their library until they hit a non-land card. You may put a +1/+1 counter on Black Widow. If you don't, you may cast the exiled non-land card until the end of turn, and mana of any type can be spent to cast that spell. Nelly.
I think I'm in love. No, I really like what's going on here. The 2-drop, 2 power, has some evasion ability. That's basically all we ask for. It would be cool if it said it can't block, but you can't have everything. It doesn't get back from your graveyard either, and it's legendary, so it's not perfect or anything. But the flexibility of being able to grow your threat or cast their spell, if that's better than what else you were having for your turn, is fantastic. A lot of time when we see these sorts of cards, it kind of like locks you into the play of like missing out on the value. And so, as Magic continues to swallow up other IPs and try to make the game as easy for people to get into as possible, it removes all these feel bads from the design perspective. So you get something if you don't cast their spell, which it just does make the card stronger. I don't know. Play this in your aggressive black decks.
You know what the worst thing is when you connect with a Ragavan and they flip a land?
Right.
You always get gas.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, they don't get to blank you with a land.
These two are the ones playing Ragavan. I'm the one getting hit. By If I reveal a land or anything that isn't Tendrils of Agony or Black Lotus, great.
One of the greatest
Yeah.
things that happened Monday night 2 weeks ago. The Flash Hulk player.
Oh, yeah.
The Flash Hulk player on turn 2, their opponent goes turn on Ragavan, turn 2, flips and hits Samwise.
Yeah.
And basically bricks their whole combo. And everybody in the room just stopped and clapped.
I literally heard that at Monday night this week.
A week later,
Yeah.
he's still sore.
People,
Yeah.
no, it wasn't even someone involved.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. Or no, I think it was Greg that hit them with the Ragavan. Yeah.
Greg bragging. Oh, that's so
I will
funny.
say,
Gotcha.
I'm going to use this at least for this episode as my one mention of counters.deck.
Okay.
I think I cracked it. It's Golgari.
All right.
To hell with white.
Get back on the
Interesting.
snake.
We're back on the Whining Constrictor.
No. Well, maybe we should.
What about
actually.
the
Hold
4-mana one from
The
RTR?
Whining Constrictor can just be the
Corpse-
poster for the
Corpse
deck
Jack.
box.
Winding Constrictor I might actually consider.
Sure.
But like, it's just I've been playing a lot of Cube, and like black green is like the worst color combination in the Cube. But it turns out Bristly Bill, Oroboroid, Scythecat Cub, Emperor of Bones.
Okay, there's
Like that is an insane combo.
Okay.
And just like
those are all green cards, dog.
and just like I'm thinking about what's the bad part about this green white counters deck other than the fact that it's that deck exists. It's like you don't have what do you do against combo? Just go I have one Aven Mind Sensor. You just get a bunch of hand attack, Oppo, Dothy Voidwalker cards that are also just really good when you make them bigger. Like making Dothy Voidwalker bigger means you have this unblockable.
We finally fixed Barrowgoyf. Thank God we did. We did.
I mean, yeah, why not?
That card was unplayable up to now.
Orcish Bowmasters technically uses +1/+1 counters.
That's true.
Burn.
I think that it is. I hate that
Interesting.
it's something that I'm going to now be thinking.
Interesting.
About,
No, that's actually kind
and
of
this
dope.
card, I think
Can we
this card's
splash
great.
red for Pyrogoyf and
Just now we're just
Oh
playing
god,
bad
yeah,
Juns.
okay, Jun's. Yeah.
Jund counters?
Just bad Jund. All right. Next up, we have Doctor Doom Unrivaled. 4-mana, 4/4 legendary creature, human sorcerer villain for 2 black, has lifelink, and tap. You draw a card and lose a life. Then, if your library has no cards in it, you win. Wheeler.
So I've been thinking about how I'm going to kill people with this card.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, it's nice that it's an activated ability, which means that Necrotic Ooze and friends can take advantage of it.
Agatha's Soul Cauldron.
And yes, Soul Cauldron.
Sorry to steal thunder, yeah.
Well, it's also just like an ability that is not bad to exile, like before the Thoracle turn or whatever, right? Just
gives you more cards.
Tap, draw a card, pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah, I think combo application is the only way you should be playing this. Like you should look to Hermit Druid your deck, and then use this as a way to win the game.
Although if you want a 4-mana 4/4 lifelink, there's a dope one from EOE you can play.
Oh, the LG Acolyte. Yeah, I like that card.
Yeah.
It's I don't think you should overthink this card. It's just like flip your deck and then use this as the way to win the game that saves you some points, or maybe in addition to Thoracle, so that you have a little flexibility.
If they hit something.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next up, Electra, Daughter of the Hand. 4-mana, 3/3 legendary creature, human ninja villain for 2 black, has Sneak for 1 black. So Sneak is, if it's unblocked, you can play the Sneak cost, return the attacker, and put this into play tapped and attacking. When Electra enters, destroy target creature an opponent controls with power 3 or less. Nelly.
Interesting. Okay, so we're getting some synergy out of the plane of New York here, right? With the sneak ability coming back on a ninja from the Marvel Universe. Very cool. Okay, so you're pretty much always hoping to play this card at Sneak just because 4 is so much for this effect. That said, I don't hate it on 3. If you're able to also get some value out of like, this is going to take you all back, kids. But if you attacked with a Baleful Strix that didn't get blocked, now you're racking up some cards that you're drawing and powerful effects. You could also get some value out of this in like a Birthing Pod or Recurring Nightmare sort of a strategy. It does say only 3 or less, and most of the time we get this effect without that kind of restriction.
Dog, if I'm playing Recurring Nightmare, it's going to be like Ravenous Chupacabra over this, right? Like you won't.
That's
yeah,
fair.
Chupacabra, you give him the Tude.
The Tude, yeah, solitude,
The
Tude,
yeah,
the Tude's free.
Got it. The
I mean,
Yeah.
we were joking earlier about like, look what they have to do for a fraction of my power. I'm like, why am I not just playing Palace Jailer?
Yeah.
right.
I don't hate this for ninjas.
Okay.
I like it. I like it in exactly.
If you're just hoping to keep sneaking things and
Yeah.
keep rebuying your unblocked attackers,
There's
this is another way to do that.
There's better Necrotols, right? Like this is a bad Necrotol if you're not trying to do something more than that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Hammerhead, Magia Boss, Magia, Magic Boss.
The Gathering.
God, how many times I'm going to say 2-mana, 2/1 legendary creature, human?
All the time, man.
Yeah. Sacrifice another creature or artifact. Put a +1/+1 counter on Hammerhead. Wheeler.
This one's real easy. It's a 2-mana sack outlet that provides permanent value. We have a card that I believe does exactly this, or very close to this. Bartolome from Ixalan, which is in white and black. This is just redundancy, and it's pretty cool and good. And I like aristocrats, and I think one of the ways to make aristocrats more threatening is by having, threats.
Yep.
Like the fact that you can turn this sideways and do the like Carrion Feeder Nantuko Husk, like, oh, you didn't block? Oh,
Yeah.
that's bad.
Yeah.
You
for
might be
14.
dead. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, my math is easy if you didn't block.
Yeah, and like these it's worth mentioning that it's being mono black as well means that if you're in like a black red version of it, or I saw someone play like a version of aristocrats with like flings. They have
Sick.
some number of the 1-mana flings, the Thud and the Callous Sellsword, and they're just like, yeah, it turns out that if you play those cards and like a pinch of Broadside Bombardiers, you can win some matches of Magic the Gathering.
Sick.
Nice.
Yeah, I like his head too.
Yeah. Good square head.
Yeah, that's quite the haircut.
All right. The final card today is the Sadistic Slash. This is a 4-mana instant for 3 and a black. Target creature gets -5/-5, and you can cast it for Mayhem. Mayhem being ability of, you may cast this card from your graveyard for its cost if you discarded it this turn. Nelly.
Neat. We got one more Green Goblin card in the next Marvel set after Spider-Man. Mayhem was a crowd favorite. This is like a fixed madness with better timing rules. We went over all of it, and the Carnage card, I think, is still getting some play in Rakdos discard archetypes. So those decks will be looking to check this out. It is still, even on Mayhem, it's 1 more mana than Dismember, but 4 life is not nothing, and having the redundancy of the sort of one of the best removal effects is great. I think specifically Rakdos discard might try this out, and I'm not sure if it has any other homes. 4 mana is too much for this effect.
5 is a pretty good threshold. Like -5.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, friends, that is going to do it for part 1 of our set review. If there's any cards you think we missed, anything you want to talk about, hit us up in the comments down below. Reminder that everything we do is brought to you by you, with your support of the Patreon, patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. If there's any cards from this set you want to pick up, do it over at Card Kingdom, cardkingdom.com/LRR. Lets them know that we sent you. You can ask for a button. Reminder, we're actually out of buttons due to popular demand for the month of June, so you're going to get a random one, but that's still cool because all of our buttons are cool and good and or funny. And finally, protect your cards with Dragon Shield. They're the best. And at checkout, check out. You can get 5% off if you use the promo code LRRMTG5. I've been Serge. I've been joined by the wonderful Nelly.
Legendary human advisor villain.
Wheeler.
Robot or non-robot.
And thank you to James on tech.
A third joke.
The third beat is always the best. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you with part 2.
Bye.